What if I told you the perfect crime wasn't pulled off with high-tech gadgets, but with ink and papyrus? Thousands of years ago. In this explainer, we're going to deconstruct an ancient Egyptian mystery that has all the twists and turns of a modern thriller. So let's get right into it. Right at the heart of this whole thing is a crime where the stakes are, well, they're way beyond the mortal realm. When a secret amulet was snatched from a sealed tomb, the thief wasn't just looking at the pharaoh's wrath. Nope, they were facing the princess's curse. Okay, so let's set the scene. We've got a sealed tomb, a super high-stakes theft, and a clue that makes absolutely no sense. Here are the raw facts of the case. We're in the tomb of Princess Sita. The crime? Someone's stolen a sacred amulet. But the evidence, this is what makes it so baffling. The investigators find a single lotus petal, but get this, 0 footprints in the dust all around the tomb. It's a classic locked room mystery, just set in the ancient world. And look, this wasn't just any old piece of jewelry. The Sacred Heart amulet was believed to be the literal key to the afterlife, the thing that protected the soul on its big journey. So stealing it wasn't just theft. It was like condemning the princess's spirit to be lost forever. So this is the million-dollar question, right? No footprints. How in the world did the thief get in, grab the amulet, and get out? It seems completely impossible. And yet, the amulet's gone. Now, you think a crime this impossible would take weeks, maybe months, to solve. But that's not what happened here. The resolution was alarmingly fast, and suddenly everyone thought it was a totally open and shut case. By the very next morning, the authorities were basically like, case closed. The amulet was found, not in some shady marketplace, but in the private chambers of the vizier himself, the pharaoh's most trusted advisor. The speed of this whole thing is just staggering. The theft happens at night. By morning, the amulet is found. And just a few hours after that, the vizier is executed. No trial, no long investigation, just swift, brutal, and final justice. So, the official story was clean and simple. The motive was greed, the bad guy was the vizier, and the outcome was justice. The case was completely sealed. But was it the right story? Well, this is where that neat and tidy official story completely falls apart. Turns out, the most crucial piece of evidence wasn't the amulet at all. It was something small, something everybody else had overlooked. You see, in ancient Egypt, everything important was written down on scrolls. But the real truth of this crime, it wasn't written on any official record. It was written on the hand of the man who was leading the investigation, the scribe, Neferu. So imagine this. Neferu's washing the dust from his hands after being in the tomb, and he notices a faint ink imprint on his palm. The symbol? A lotus, the symbol of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice. And suddenly, that single petal left in the tomb wasn't just some random clue anymore. It was a signature. That one tiny clue changes everything. It just unravels the entire official story and reveals a plan so much more brilliant than a simple theft. This is the story of the scribe's justice. I mean, think about it. It's kind of genius, right? Who better to frame the vizier than the very man tasked with writing his confession? Neferu didn't just investigate the crime, he orchestrated the whole thing, using his unique access and skills to pull off the perfect frame-up. Here's how this masterpiece of deception actually worked. First, Neferu steals the amulet himself. Then, he leaves the lotus petal behind as his hidden signature. Then comes the masterstroke. He uses his authority as a scribe to forge the vizier's confession. And finally, he just plants the amulet in the vizier's chambers. The trap is sprung. It's flawless. So you've got these two realities existing side by side. The public story was that a greedy vizier was brought to swift justice. But the truth was that an innocent man was framed, and the perfect crime was hidden in plain sight, carried out using the very tools of the law. And this leaves us with one final, huge question. We don't know Neferu's motive. Was the vizier a corrupt official making this some kind of vigilante justice? Or was this just a cold-blooded move for power? It really forces you to ask, what's the line between justice and the perfect crime?